Long, long time ago, when the postal system was modernized, the chronically overworked Postmaster General overlooked two tiny post offices. One tucked away in the rolling hills of Somersetshire, the other somewhere in London. After unsuccessfully awaiting modernization, these two offices continued with their quiet lives until one day their daily routine was violently disrupted by the letters of Lady Susan, the most accomplished coquette in England. To avoid another scandal on social media, Lady Susan had now taken to letter writing, and her letters were eagerly expected by the two post offices through which all of these letters coincidentally passed. What with the secrecy of the letter no longer being what it used to be, Lady Susan's letters soon ceased to be private after all.
Hi guys, I've got one.
Oh, goody goody, who's it from? So?
Who writes like this? I can't read that.
You could pass it on to me if you like.
It's good. I can read this. Some handwriting this is.
Catherine, please.
Okay. I'll read. So this one's from Catherine. Gee, check this out. Like Catherine, like me. Yeah, okay. So Kerstin Vernon. That's her up at that house. The lady, like Lady Susan's sister-in-law or something. And she's writing to a Lady de Cossey. Fancy schmancy at Parklands.
Catherine!
What? Oh, sorry. My dear mother, I am very sorry to tell you that it will not be in our power to keep our promise of spending our Christmas with you. And we are prevented that happiness by a circumstance which is not likely to make us any amends. Lady Susan, in a letter to her brother-in-law, has declared her intention of visiting us almost immediately. And as such, a visit is in all probability merely an affair of convenience. It is impossible to conjecture its length. I was by no means prepared for such an event, nor can I now account for her ladyship's conduct. Langford appeared so exactly the place for her in every aspect, as well from the elegant and expensive style of living there, as from her particular attachment to Mr. Mannering, that I was very far from expecting so speedy a distinction, though I always imagined her increasing friendship for us since her husband's death, that we should, at some future period, be obliged to receive her. Mr. Vernon, I think, was a great deal too kind to her when he was in Staffordshire. Her behaviour to him, independent of her general character, has been so inexcusably artful and ungenerous since our marriage was first in agitation, that no one less amiable and mild than himself could have overlooked it at all.
Oh, she must have been naughty, that Lady Susan.
No interruption, please.
Yes, go on, Catherine.
And though, as his brother's widow, and in narrow circumstances, it was proper to render her pecuniary, really bad handwriting, that one, her pecuniary assistance. I cannot help thinking his pressing invitation to her to visit us at Churchill perfectly unnecessary. Disposed, however, as he always is to think the best of everyone, her display of grief and professions of regret and general resolutions of prudence were sufficient to soften his heart and make him really confide in her sincerity. But as for myself, I am still unconvinced, and plausibly, as her ladyship has now written, I cannot make up my mind till I better understand her real meaning in coming to us. You may guess, therefore, my dear madam, with what feeling I look forward to her arrival. She will have occasion for all those attractive powers for which she is celebrated to gain any shape of my regard, and I shall certainly endeavour to guard myself against their influence, if not accompanied by something more substantial. She expresses a most eager desire for being acquainted with me, and makes very gracious mention of my children. But I'm not quite weak enough to suppose a woman who has behaved with inattention, if not unkindness, to her own child, should be attached to any of mine. Miss Vernon is to be placed at a school in London before her mother comes to us, which I am glad of, for her sake and my own. It must be to her advantage to be separated from her mother, and a girl of 16 who has received so rich an education could not be a very desirable companion here. Reginald has long wished, I know, to see the captivating Lady Susan, and we shall depend on his joining our party soon. I am glad to hear that my father continues so well, and am, with best love, Catherine Vernon.
Her ladyship. So romantic.
Yeah, so romantic. Romantic my ass.
Catherine, language. Well, in any case, this does look promising, does it not, girls? Keep me, us, of course, keep us posted if there's anything new. Ta-ta, everyone.
I'm hungry. You coming, Isabella?